Hi, I'm Matthew Bullock with Stay Dry Roofing. This is Josh with Stay Dry Roofing, and we're here today to answer some common questions from homeowners. So Josh, let's get started. Tell me a little bit about how important it is to be licensed and insured.
Yeah, thank you. I think it's very important. So obviously we have, here in Marion County, we have our Indianapolis, Marion County business license. And then obviously if we're doing work in Fort Wayne or whatever other jurisdiction, we're following those, a lot of little towns, suburban towns or whatever have their own licensing requirements. And, for example, Beech Grove or anything else, they may have their own. So we're always making sure that we're licensed wherever we're doing business. So
how important is it to have that in our marketing, you think?
I think super important. I think it's super important for homeowners to, be able to know that about our company and, to be able to do their due diligence before selecting a contract.
Yeah, it's kind of like the first line of defense. That's what you check first, make sure they're licensed and insured. How about the second one that they ask us? Can you provide references and reviews from past customers? Maybe we dive into a little bit of how we go about, getting reviews from customers and trying to create that the best experience possible for the homeowner.
Yeah, absolutely. We always are asking for feedback on Google or BBB, among other websites, but those are our two biggest ones. So obviously, searching us on Google is a huge one. There's tons of feedback on there. We really encourage it from our homeowners. We ask people to provide photos, try to make it interactive. We try to make it fun for our sales reps, competitions to get good reviews. So really trying to build great customer service and feedback into, how we operate on a day-to-day basis. So
yeah, I think at the end of the day, we're trying to meet expectations and get the expectations out in the very, very beginning. And then at the very, very end, we have a lot of ways to surveying and asking the homeowner, how well we did. So yeah, a lot of ways to try to figure out if we met those expectations or not.
Absolutely. And you've set up stuff through Bird Eye, which is our review gathering software. And
yep.
I know, we
reputation management. Yep.
Automated stuff going out to customers and just making sure we got the finger on the pulse of, are we doing a good job? Are we missing something? Do people know what's going on?
Yep.
We say we want to proactively communicate, making sure that the customer actually feels that way. So it's definitely a huge to get the, good customer feedback.
Yep. That's one of our core values, to communicate. All right, let's get into one of these other ones. What type of roofing materials do you think you would recommend in today's space, and why?
Yeah, so the biggest ones, I think, in central Indiana, obviously asphalt shingles is a huge, majority of roofing in the residential space. There's also metal. So metal is becoming a lot more prevalent, with just the long-lasting and really kind of, more beautiful architecture of multiple different types of metal roofing. There's designer shingles, there's impact resistant shingles. So there's really tons of different options. So I think, being with somebody that you trust, being with a contractor that can be a trusted advisor and walk you through all those different options is super important, because it can be very confusing. As you've done that yourself as a homeowner.
What type of training do some of the guys get as far as the roofing products and things like that? Do they?
Yeah, great question. We always bring in our vendors. So, for example, GAF, we always do training with our main shingle manufacturer, GAF. We're a master elite contractor with them, which is the highest level certification they offer. And so that involves, crew training, installation training, sales training, all kinds of, making sure we understand the warranty offerings. So we do all kinds of different training. We do that with our, just earlier this week, we did that with one of our siding vendors. Same thing for metal. We'll go out, we have a local metal vendor. We'll go out to their shop and see how it's fabricated, see how it runs off the line. And so we're super familiar with the products that we're installing from the manufacturing process to, our customers' homes. So
yeah, I think at the end of the day too, is we're trying to create that trusted advisor. In order to be a trusted advisor, you've got to be an expert. In order to be the expert, you got to have the training. And so we do spend a ton of time trying to get our people as knowledgeable as possible. When the homeowner has questions about it, so they feel comfortable going with us.
Agree with that. Yeah, we do. We call our sales reps are called advisors, and we do that for a reason. That we're really trying to give the customer what they need for their situation and not sell them something they don't need, but just
Correct.
and be able to answer their questions, be able to give them all the information that they need.
Yep. How about the warranties offered by Stay Dry and GAF, and like who covers them if something were to happen to us?
Yeah, so something super cool about the Master Elite, certification that I mentioned is, a lot of companies can offer, they might say they offer a lifetime labor warranty or 10 years or 20 years, or the only problem is that offer's only as good as them backing up what they say and them remaining in business for that period of time.
That's right.
So something we like to talk about a lot is our extended warranties from GAF that we're allowed to offer. We're only allowed to offer some of these warranties because of our high-level certification, and a very small percentage of contractors have that certification.
So it gives peace of mind, basically, to
absolutely.
to
And GAF, for example, has been around for over 100 years, and
one of the oldest in the world.
Exactly. So they're not going anywhere. So that provides a little bit of, even if you trust us, 100%, there's even that backing from the manufacturer is super important. So.
Yep, I find that's just really important to homeowners, especially. So just pointing that out is great.
But they offer what's called the Golden Pledge warranty. So that's really the Cadillac top of the line warranty, which is it's 25 years of workmanship. So we install
That's
it,
amazing.
and we install it in year 24. They come out and they find out, it was nailed improperly. Well, that's still covered to fix that in year 24. And then, it's lifetime, essentially, or 50 years of manufacturer defect. So really for the lifetime of your roof, you're pretty much guaranteed coverage on almost everything. So
for the shingles that you were just mentioning before, like the timberline, that would cover those type of shingles being installed?
Absolutely, asphalt
the
shingles.
average type of shingle that we're installing?
Exactly.
And how about the estimated timeline for completing a roofing project? Tell me a little bit about that.
So on
expectations there.
Yeah, on an average roof, we're getting done in a day. So, average roof's about 30 to 40 squares. There's all kinds of factors, are there rain chances that day? Is it 100 degrees outside like it is right now?
Things like that.
That's gonna, the crew's gonna be taking a little nap in the front yard for a little while, so that might slow us down. But other than that, an average roof's getting done in a day. If it's a metal roof, something a little more tedious, or a designer shingle. For example, we just did one that was about 80 squares of designer shingles, and that took us, I believe, 4 days.
What about gutters and extras and things like that? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, so normally if we're doing roof and gutters, if we're out in a day, we're trying our best to do the gutters the next day or within a couple days. Gutters only typically a few hour job, so it's a lot easier.
Sure.
But our goal is we know that doing work on your house is not the most fun thing of all time. Having pets and kids and people running in the yard and nails. So we try to be as efficient as possible. Getting in and out of there quickly, making sure we're communicating with the homeowner so that they know what's going on and they can prepare.
Yeah.
But we know that it's not the most exciting thing of all time to be in the process.
It's a little bit intrusive, it's your home and you got nailing and loud noises and you might have a dog at home, and we want to get in there and get out as quick as possible, but do it as efficiently and professional as possible.
Right.
And
we don't want to hurry either. We got to do a good job, but with that in mind, we want to be efficient, do a good job, and get out of there so you can move on with your life.
Well, Josh, I really appreciate your time answering some of those questions, and to anybody out there listening, thank you for joining in, and we'll get with you next time.